All right, let's talk about a truth that's hiding in plain sight. It's something so unbelievably obvious that most of us just don't see it anymore. But once you do, I promise, it has the power to change absolutely everything. So let me just throw this out there. What if the most profound truth about who you are, about your life and your freedom, was also the simplest, maybe even the most ridiculous sounding one imaginable? That's exactly what we're going to dig into. You know, some truths are so woven into the fabric of our lives that we become blind to them. But today, we're going to shine a spotlight on the one truth that everything else is built on. It's a revelation that's been with you, right there, since the day you were born. Yeah, I know. It sounds absurd, right? But just stay with me for a second. Because this simple, totally undeniable fact holds the key to understanding your life, your power, and your own personal freedom. A whole philosophy is tucked away inside this one silly, irrefutable reality. And this brings us right to the heart of it, your body. It's the only thing you will ever truly, truly possess. It's not your name, not your job, not your beliefs. Your body is your own sovereign territory, the one and only home that no one else can ever move into. I mean, really think about that. Nobody else can climb inside your head and see the world through your eyes. You can't just hand them over and say, hey, can you take a look at this for me? I'm a little tired of seeing today. That unique perspective, it's yours and yours alone. It's non-transferable. And it's the exact same thing with your ears. You know that song that just gets you, or those words that cut you deep? No one else on the planet can experience those sounds in precisely the way you do. That experience belongs to you, exclusively. Sure, you can stay silent if you want, but no one can borrow your vocal cords and speak from the very center of your soul. Even when you're quiet, that power, that potential to express what's inside you, that remains uniquely yours. I mean, think about the most intimate parts of being human. They're completely non-delegable. That sudden chill that runs down your spine, the sting of a sharp insult, the tremor of a first kiss, a splitting headache, or that knot of anxiety tightening in your chest. You can try to describe them, but no one can ever feel them for you. So if we can't outsource our deepest feelings, what about just the basic stuff? Can you imagine asking a friend, hey, I'm slammed today, can you eat my lunch for me so I get the nutrients? It's ridiculous. Of course you can't. It's literally impossible. And that impossibility, well, that's the key to all of this. And right here, this is the turning point. This is where a simple physical fact blossoms into a massive, life-altering philosophical awakening. Because once you really get that you can't delegate the physical, you start to wonder, what else have I been told I can delegate that I actually can't? And here it is, here's the connection. Just as nobody on this earth can eat for you, or sleep for you, or breathe for you, absolutely nobody can live your life for you. They are both impossible. One is a physical law, the other is an existential one. But they are built on the exact same unshakable foundation. This, my friends, is natural law. Your body is the ultimate rulebook for your existence. It's a truth that doesn't care about opinions, it doesn't care about politics, it doesn't care about social pressure. It just is. It doesn't negotiate. And boom, there's the aha moment. If the most essential, fundamental parts of my existence can only be lived by me, then who has the right to tell me how I should live that life? On what authority does anyone else get to dictate my path? But that leads to a really big question, doesn't it? If this is all so obvious, why do so many of us walk around living by someone else's rules? Why do we feel shame for who we are, or guilt for who we love, when that entire experience is happening exclusively inside our own skin? Well, the answer's kind of brutal. It's because we've been trained to distrust ourselves. It's a system. First, you're taught that you're born flawed. Then your body and its feelings are framed as sinful or shameful. After that, your natural desires get labeled as dangerous. And the final step? Your true identity is presented as some kind of mistake that needs to be corrected by an outside authority. And it all comes down to this one central lie, that other people, be it parents, teachers, priests, governments, know more about your soul than you do. We're convinced to hand over the keys to the one and only territory that can ever truly be ours. But listen, this is not a story about defeat. This is where we get to the good part, the rebellion. But it's not a rebellion you fight on the streets. It's a rebellion of recognition. It's a quiet, powerful, internal awakening to take back what was always, always yours. So, I want you to really ask yourself this. If everything that makes you you, every joy, every sorrow, every single thought can only be experienced by you, then why on earth would you let anyone else govern it? Why do you let other people's rule books decide how you should love? Why do you let external forces dictate what you're supposed to feel, making you feel guilty for emotions that are as natural to you as breathing? And maybe the toughest one of all, why do you hide who you truly are just to make other people feel more comfortable? What is the price you pay for silencing your own soul just to soothe someone else's fears? The path back to your own inner authority is actually pretty simple. Simple, not necessarily easy. It starts with just recognizing this truth we've been talking about, then remembering the person you were before all the layers of conditioning got piled on, and finally actively reclaiming ownership of your life, your choices, your identity. And this is the core idea to hold on to. Let it really sink in. Nobody can live for you. Nobody can love for you. Nobody can be you. Your existence is a one-time only event in the history of the universe. So, you see, this isn't really an ending. It's a beginning. It's a key. Your true independence, your real freedom, it starts the moment you fully embrace this obvious, ridiculous, and completely world-changing truth. The only question left is, are you ready to awaken?